Today, I'd like to talk capitalism. It's a word that's used often. Not a lot of people know exactly what that is. They know it has something to do with money, economics, yada yada. I'd like to do a small series on capitalism. Now, I'm not an economist, so economists out there, chime in. Tell us what you think. Add some depth to what we're trying to say. Add some perspective. Heck, add some critique in the comments below. But first, let's talk definitions. Capitalism is an economic system based on private ownership and on the investment of money in business ventures in order to make a profit. Simple enough.
What are you waiting for? Interact with us. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. Your ideas might inspire the next show.
From World History Patterns of Interaction. But another resource, Capitalism for Kids, says capitalism is an economic system. People who use their money to start or run companies are called capitalists. Many countries in the world, including the United States, etc., practice capitalism. Other names for capitalism are free market economies and free enterprise. If that's the nuts and bolts, what are we going to talk about? Sounds easy enough. What more do we have to say? I want to look at this historically because that's what I do. Capitalism has had its high points and low points. It's done good and it's done bad. It has been the cause of incredible economic prosperity. We talk about how to run in capitalism purely based 100% on capitalistic values of free market or with slight regulations to protect against sometimes predictable and sometimes unpredictable peaks and valleys. Today, I want to just look at capitalism as the unbiased, the dispassionate economic system that has sometimes intentionally, but a lot of times unintentionally, played a big role in social change and equality. What are you talking about? Let's go back in time. Capitalism played a huge role in social change and positive movements for equality because it does not care about what your values are. Free markets care about the market, how it responds. Let's simplify it. It cares about making money. A business's purpose is to make money. So let's take you back. Was Jackie Robinson incorporated into Major League Baseball to make a big statement? Black people should play baseball with white people. In all honesty, he was picked up to help win games and put fans in the seats. We can put fans in the seats if we can win games. Those are two things that help my organization do what? Make money. I'm going to look past what some of these other people think because I think my fans value winning more. When you look at the Montgomery bus boycott, it's the opposite. You have a town that has some values that are strongly against the integration of African Americans and white people. So much so that they don't even want them sitting in the same section of a bus. But they care about profit, they care about money to the point where, listen, because you have the right to choose who sits where on the bus, I have the right to choose a different way to get to work, church, school, etc. So, when the boycott took a large chunk of the profits of that bus company, things started to change. Couple that with a well-planned action by Rosa Parks, capitalism, the desire to turn a profit, played a small role in social change. And let's even take it back to the 1920s. There is a sound, there is a skill that I want in my club, my restaurant. These jazz musicians, as they go into the 40s, these rock and roll musicians are skilled and they have a sound that makes people dance. These people are going to find that sound. So if I don't get it in my club, if I don't get it in my restaurant, they're going to find that sound someplace else. So the business owners, even though a lot of these restaurants and clubs and a lot of these places were segregated that played these type of music, these dance halls, the people on the stage were African American. And once again, that's another step towards social change. Now, in all of these situations, the economic philosophies of capitalism were not trying at all to change anything. They were simply employed to make a profit. And by employing those completely objectively, completely unbiasedly, and completely dispassionately, what we find is that, you know what? Turning a profit, making money, the only color that matters is green. Now let's tell the whole story. There's been some oopsie daisies as well. Because capitalism is completely dispassionate in small towns, small areas where there is a population that is underrepresented or they're, the minority. They could be denied service or certain goods that they either need, want, desire, or deserve simply because capitalism says you can make money while denying them. You can make money without them. Denial of services can also be an indirect discrimination. The owner of a business does not want to discriminate, but the other customers, the other portion of his base for income doesn't want a certain population around. If they don't want those people around because capitalism is dispassionate, sometimes that other people are denied service to please the people who are legitimately making money in large sums for this business. Now, in a scenario where someone who deserves, someone who earned, someone who wants or needs a good or service is denied because, hey, you know what? I don't gotta serve you. Nobody in my town is gonna be upset if I tell you no. Does the government have the right to say, hey, there are certain things that everybody should have the right to? Does the government have the okay to say, you know what? Instead of having all schools be private businesses, I'm gonna have government supported public schools so everybody gets a chance to have a free and appropriate public education paid for by taxes? Does the government have the right to say these type of goods and services, food, etc., cannot be denied on certain bases? Is that socialism? Is that wrong? Don't speak too quickly because that's also America. But it's also another episode. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Social Dictionary. Always like, share, and subscribe. Take it easy. Be good to yourself.
Go ahead, Chase. Go ahead, Chase. Go ahead, Chase. Get your stones. We never backing down.
I'ma believe it.
Never backing down.
I'ma believe it.
Yeah. Boy.
I'ma believe it.